In this video, we're going to be redrawing these earrings using the following supplies: a Tombow pencil, kneaded eraser, Copic markers, and a Signal white gel pen. Hi guys, it's Jen here. Welcome back to my channel. Let's get drawing. First, I'm going to start off with a sketch. I decided to fill the whole page using this new Ohuhu marker paper that is supposed to be double-sided. And at the end, we'll see if any of my marker bled through. These are earrings that I got in a shop in France when I was on my paint your vacation week away with Lindsay, the frugal crafter. In this shop, they were selling pastels. I'm not so much of a pastels person, but I seen that they sold other things that were dyed or made using those pastels, so I saw these cute little earrings and I got them. I'm going to try and redraw them at various angles. The earrings are a flower shape with this blue dot in the middle that has been dyed with the blue pastel from that shop. As you see at the bottom there, I have a sphere, and then I have box and a cone shape. And those I will be using for my reference for how to shade and how I'm going to represent the metal, the gemstone, and then that gel ear stopper. Because the earrings are handmade, they're not a high polished earring. They have more of a satin look to them and a bit more of a worn look. So when I'm making the satin finish here, I'm drawing and coating the paper in a lot of ink and drawing in the shadows and everything while the ink is still very wet, so that you get that soft, smooth line instead of a crisp line like you would on a shiny metal. For the blue stone, I'm using a combination of the C1 and then that B24 color to give it since I didn't have the exact color of blue, and the blue of the stone is more of a matte navy blue, but I wanted to recreate it with a bit of a brighter blue. It shows up a little better on the paper and is a little more happy and friendly. For the gel backing, I wanted to make it look like it had dots in it, since it was kind of a speckled look if you looked at it really closely. It's not smooth and not slick, so I added some dots to give it that effect that is like that kind of rough texture that silicone and gel has. And here you can see I'm layering down first the C1, and then I'm adding some C3 and trying to put in some lights and leave some light spots and make the shadows so that it looks like it's really a 3D object on the paper. I'm layering and layering and layering, and this paper dries slower than the normal paper that I use, which is kind of a mixed media paper or a Bristol. So I could move around the paper, and then when I come back to it, I could do quite a large area because the ink would still be wet and I could still blend it out and still mix on the paper, which was kind of neat. As you can see, it's a lot of blending and of the three C markers and going up and forth between them all and just trying to create that depth. The side edge of the earring did have quite a shine to it when you reflected it in the bright light. So I was trying to add that and make it look like it's a shiny bright side, just to differentiate it from the front of the earring, where it's a bit more of a matte look. I got a little too close to the edge of the paper, but hey, it's just a sketch. I just wanted to get something down and try drawing the earring a couple times over the page, giving each one a little bit of a different look and trying out different angles, different shading techniques, different shadows, putting ink to paper and having a good time with it. On this one, I put down the B24 and then I layered the C3 over it, just trying to see what would happen if I layer things differently, or did one layer or 2 layers or 3 layers, just to test out different layering techniques and see what would happen and how it would look like, and see if I could get the effect I was looking for. Sometimes layering it over with that lighter blue color, and I thought I would add some little scrapes to the stone since they aren't perfectly flat, but I wasn't really happy with how that turned out. I would have liked it better if it would just stay that flat blue color, since you can only see those dots, those scratches, if you look at the earring very closely, and the only way I could actually even see it is when I used my macro lens on my camera. Each rendering of the earring came out very different. There are parts I like of every single one of them, but not as a whole, except for the last one. I'm really happy with how that last rendering comes out at the very bottom there. There's just a side view. The last one is a good combination of everything that I learned from all previous sketches that I had tried on this piece of paper. I took the best parts and I think I applied all of those to the very last earring rendering, which is the side view. And as you can see on this one, I laid down B00 first, and then I layered some B24, and then I layered C1 over it, and then went back with the B00 again. You can see the earring in the top left corner there on that second rendering of the earring. It's very tiny, it's very small. It was quite a challenge to see all the details, exactly how I should render it out, and trying to keep a light source from the top left, like they usually do with jewelry renderings. So here I was trying out a different technique, seeing if I could get some more shadow to the right, and seeing how that would all apply and how that would look like all rendered out. I really liked on this paper is how you could keep going in with the ink and just keep going and going and keep flooding the paper, and you didn't get that white dotted speckle effect so quickly as you do with some other papers when you use markers on them, and I thought that was pretty cool. I really like that. Every type of paper has its pros and cons, and this one, the pro is that you can really just keep blending on the paper and keep adding more ink, and it just blends differently than regular paper, and it blends, I think, smoother even than regular marker paper does. So if you're like to blend with markers, this paper is really great because you can really just blend and blend and blend. But if you want a crisp line and everything, then you gotta wait quite a bit for that ink to dry or be absorbed into the paper, so that when you go back over it, you get a nice crisp edge. And now comes my favorite bit, is making that gel backing that gel stopper that's on the earring. I really liked how this rendered and how it came out and how it really looks like that post is going through it, and you got really that different texture and how it's really like a matte clear piece of gel that the earring post is going through. I think I really got the 3D effect of it rendered out really well. And now I'm going to go in and add some white highlights with the gel pen, and then I'll add also a bit of shadows with the C1 and the C3 Copic marker, and keeping in mind that the light is coming from the top left, so you have the light on the left side and then you have the shadows usually on the right hand side. I did add some white dots to that gel stopper. I'm not sure if I really like that or not, if I liked it better without the white gel. You let me know what you think, if I should have white gel pen off the gel stopper or if I should have added it. I want to thank you for making it to the end of the video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and perhaps even subscribe. And let's see, how about we comment a blue dot and something from France, either the Eiffel Tower or the French flag, you choose, but a blue dot and something that makes you think of France. And here you can see nothing bled through, not a single drop. I was amazed. I had put down so many layers of marker ink, I thought for sure something would come through. But no, Ohuhu did a great job, and that was it. Till next time, bye!